is dead. Finally. Well, I guess we thought we'd talk about Rise of Skywalker because there's not much people out there talking about that.
Yeah, ever since episode 8, nobody really cares about Star Wars anymore.
Yeah. It's like
Mandalorian's good, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't watched it.
Well, let's just talk
Do you
about
like
that
a
now.
baby funny little guy?
I do.
Since it's not Baby Yoda, but everyone has to say Baby Yoda because that's the only name of a character from that race they know.
Yep.
Baby funny little guy. We're just going to talk spoilers almost immediately, so don't watch if you don't want that. This trilogy was a mess in the end, I think it's fair to say.
Well, yeah, it's tug of war.
Yeah, it was. And it's kind of like you keep waiting for payoffs for things with this trilogy, and then they finally had to come to a point where they had to do it in this last one, and then it's like, oh no, there's maybe a few things that are all right, but then a lot of it you're just like,
In general, the movie was like entertaining, and there were spots that were really cool, and lots of spots. But the problem is the plot. Mm-hmm. So if you ignore the plot, it's great.
Did you like it more than The Last Jedi?
Oh yeah, way more.
Yeah, me too.
Not much of a competition.
Yeah, it's a silly movie, but yeah, it was more enjoyable than The Last Jedi.
Yeah, it wasn't all over the place like Last Jedi, and
yeah.
There were definitely some, as we noticed, some things that made us laugh or cringe.
Yeah, well, immediately after Star Wars, the dead speak. We were both laughing. I can't get past that.
I laughed for a little while.
Yeah. It's like the dead speak exclamation mark.
Yeah, that was the worst intro ever.
And I don't know, just like, I'm so done with Kylo Ren when I saw his name in the text crawl. I was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. It's like, just shut up.
Speaking of that, how does he get his helmet reforged and yet the cracks all show as red? That's not how that works.
Special Palpatine powers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was even looking at like the crack pattern, and there's like little tiny like triangle pieces. It's like they forged that together. He had every little piece.
Yeah. Have you watched or played Portal at all?
Not much.
You know, like GLaDOS and Portal, the computer that's torturing you, it's kind of attached to the ceiling on like mechanical arm moving around looking at you. That's what I thought of when I saw Palpatine kind of hanging off a similar like thing.
It reminded me of something else too, but I can't remember what. But I was like, that's not exactly original.
Yeah. It's silly. It's like, I guess you're probably gonna have to look into like extended universe materials to find out how that worked, that Palpatine's back hooked up to this mechanical crap.
Oh, it's fine. He just got thrown down a thing, then there was an explosion, then the whole Death Star exploded, but he's fine.
Yeah.
Well, we did learn that explosions don't affect the Sith, as in when Kylo Ren's TIE fighter exploded, he's just like, I'm good, I'm fine.
Yeah, Kylo Ren comes speeding at Rey, and she does like a slow-mo flip and cuts a wing off, and then he explodes.
It like runs into a rock and explodes. Like it's not just like, like I wiped out or whatever.
They have really good airbags in those TIE fighters.
Flame-proof ones. Like, he doesn't even hurt. He's just like, I'm good.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's so silly.
Everything is fine.
Just like Ben Solo as a character arc is just, it's stupid.
Yeah. Oh man, I knew he was gonna
He's gonna be a good guy by the end again.
Well, specifically that he was going to give his life force to Rey and then die.
It seems like the Force is a really dodgy thing to use in this last trilogy. Like half the time if you use the Force, you're probably gonna kill yourself.
Yeah.
Like Leia uses the Force in this one too to like, oh no, momentarily bug Ben. And so he gets stabbed and would die, but then Rey heals him.
Yeah. I had to figure out some way to kill Leia. As soon as I saw like they like started walking, someone was like had their arm around her back. I was like, it's not her anymore.
Yeah, they ran out of what they recorded or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew something like that was coming. It's just like, I don't know. The Leia stuff was okay. I liked that Leia was Rey's mentor. It's one of the things I liked about this movie.
Hmm.
The flashback where you see her and Luke training was, CG face thing, but
that was a little funny.
Yeah,
it looked pretty CG.
Yeah,
especially her face for some reason.
Yeah, hers was worse than the Mark Hamill young face they put on.
I don't know why. Yeah,
just like the Harrison Ford Call of the Wild thing with his. It's like, oh look, Harrison Ford with his cartoon dog.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a Harrison Ford cameo in this as a. I don't know, Force Ghost or just Ben going crazy.
Ben's conscience? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's probably the Force involved in there somewhere.
Likely.
I didn't mind that. It was all right.
No, I mean, at least it did something, because otherwise just the whole Han thing felt extremely empty.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm so sick of like kids, the main characters with the chip on their shoulder storylines. And just like...
And also, I called Rey being Palpatine's granddaughter, although I was kind of joking when I said it.
Yeah.
When they said it, I believe I laughed.
Yeah. You kind of knew they were going to go back on like she was from nobody, but it's like this was their scapegoat. Her parents weren't really anyone, but her grandparent was.
That's the tug of war right there. Is in the last movie, it was, oh, she's nobody. Doesn't have to be from some line to be powerful in the Force.
Yeah.
And then of course the Kylo helmet too, like, oh, he smashed his helmet. Oh, no, bringing that back.
Yeah, like, why?
Rey's from nobody, bringing that back.
Why does he wear his helmet anymore? There's no point to it.
I think it's just we don't have to look at his stupid face. Honestly, makes him a little more intimidating, I guess.
It just seems so silly when he takes it off, pops it on again for a few scenes, takes it off. Like, this seems so superfluous. Like, he needs a helmet because he's one of the main bad guys. Because they wear helmets.
Because his love of Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I guess.
Just like Palpatine, I guess, loves reenacting the past, too. Like, he says he made Snoke, too, so he's like, yes, I made Snoke, and I wanted him to be exactly like me, and I was like, look like me, sit in a throne room like me, do similar scenes like me.
I like how he had a backup Snoke clone or something there, or maybe like an early version that didn't work.
Yeah, maybe.
It's weird.
Yeah, what's the planet they're on?
Exegol?
Exegol, yeah, that's it. I was thinking Exodus. I'm like, it's not Exodus. Yeah, just Emperor Palpatine's on the planet Exegol, or the system Exegol, one or the other. Just like, he has like a whole cult built up around him, and he brings out a whole bunch of Star Destroyers. Like, who?
Oh, the cult thing I thought was more like Sith spirits.
You thought none of the rest of them were really alive either?
Not like the ones in like the crowd or whatever that were like cheering.
Nah.
I thought they were more supposed to represent the spirits of the Sith that were going to inhabit her or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, obviously the
I thought they kind of said there was like a cult around it, but I don't know. You might be right.
Could be either way.
But I mean, who's piloting his fleet? Like, who got on board with this?
Yeah, I know. I kind of thought of that too. I was like, where did he get all the people for these Star Destroyers?
Yeah.
Like, he just like send out a text to like someone close, like, hey, I'm still alive, guys.
That one old guy.
Yeah.
He said like he was part of the original
General
Wars.
Pride.
Pride.
Such a Star Wars name.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, old buddy, I'm thinking of being alive again soon. So could you make me some Star Destroyers and recruit some guys?
Super secret though.
Yeah, don't tell the other fake Imperial guys.
Yeah.
This is the real return of the Imperials. They're posers. We're the final order. They're the first order. Screw them. Yeah. Final's better.
Yeah.
I like too. He had them like made like the classic ones. He's like, screw the stupid first order Star Destroyers. We're making them like the original trilogy ones.
At least there was no Death Star in this one. Or
yeah, though they'd go to the Death Star.
Yeah, they do.
Endor. Silly.
There's a lot of silly things.
Yeah, like, okay, what was the Sith blade about first? It was like that was their key to finding out what was going on Exegol, right?
How to find the holocron thing. That's not actually a holocron. It's that would then lead them to Exegol. Yeah.
Right. It's like this blade is made in the same shape as the ruins of the Death Star on Endor.
It's a good thing it didn't decay more or get moved around by these massive fucking waves.
Yeah, waves, the winds, like anything could have changed that shape really
angle
easily.
You're looking at it from.
Yeah, like that was so dumb.
Yeah.
And just like, okay, there's writing on this blade, which is in a Sith language, and C-3PO says, I can translate this, but I won't. It's like, why would they program C-3PO with the knowledge to translate the Sith language, but then say, but you can't do it? Like, don't put it in them if you don't want them doing it.
Didn't even think about that, but yeah.
There's no point to program them with that. Like, yeah, but don't. And like, it just seemed like a silly, pointless plot thing with him to go, okay, we can force him to translate it, but then his memory will be wiped. There's nothing comes of that. He just says, I don't know who any of you are.
It was the sacrifice he made, though.
Yeah, I know. They wanted it to be some kind of sort of sacrifice thing, but then it just amounts to nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, they even planned it in there first, the R2 as a backup of it.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, that's true.
He said it might be unreliable, but it wasn't. It worked perfectly. He's fine.
Yeah.
There's some real...
something worked out. Wow.
There's some real comedy misses with C-3PO in this movie.
Oh.
Like...
Well, the things that weren't supposed to be funny were funny.
Yeah. It was like when they go to that, Tatooine 75 or whatever with the festival going on.
Oh.
And like he knows about it and they give him the blank stare. It's like, he didn't say anything warranting the blank stare comedy moment there. It's like, I know about this festival.
Oh, I think it was because he said something about they have sweets or something, and they're looking at him like, you can't taste food. That was what I thought was maybe the joke, but I was also unsure. So yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah,
writing.
Was that funny? Like, unless he said something like, "Oh, they're so good," then that might be it. But just saying they have sweets doesn't mean much.
Maybe it was just like, we're not here for sweets. I don't know, but yeah, it wasn't clear what they're getting at for sure.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because I don't watch a lot of movies now, I watch TV shows more, but it's like the speed which things happen is funny. It's like, oh, we need to find one of these things to go to Exegol. Oh, well, I have a book here, actually. Okay. Oh, yeah, this planet. Oh, let's go find this ship. Oh, we fell through some quicksand, which conveniently brought us to the knife.
Yeah. And it's like they landed exactly in this little quicksand patch. Like, if they had landed anywhere else, they would have cleared this thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, what?
That reminds me, I did actually like the jetpack troopers. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. They had some neat
that whole
things
scene
there.
was like, that made me feel like old Star Wars, like running away from them and shooting them and stuff. I don't know, that just felt... I was like, yeah, I enjoy this.
Yeah.
If I forget about the plot for a moment that Palpatine is back, this is enjoyable.
Yeah. I felt like they tried to cover a lot of things though with like flash. Like, whoa, look at this. Oh, isn't this impressive? Look at this big room. Oh, look at all this shit going on in here. Like the beginning too, it's just Kylo Ren being an idiot running around fighting things. Like, whoa, look at him. He's so cool.
That was really stupid.
Yeah.
Also, it didn't seem like he like took his lightsaber and like put it across someone's like belly or something and then like threw them to the ground, and I'm like, the lightsaber would go through them.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
It's not how lightsabers work.
It's not how the Force works.
Who knows? Yeah, that was a dumb intro. I was kind of like, oh god, is this where this is going?
Yeah.
Starting with Kylo Ren at all seems like a poor choice.
Yeah, I was waiting, like, can we just get to the point? Like, I don't need to see Kylo Ren running through random people we don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I feel so bad for those random things.
Or the people he was killing at the beginning, where they work for Palpatine. I don't know.
No, he was finding the holocron first. That then took him to... I keep saying holocron, but I don't know what they were calling it, but it was a holocron, essentially. But yeah, definitely not as bad as It could have been.
Yeah, I mean, like when Luke's ghost appears, he feels like Luke, but I mean, you're still stuck with what The Last Jedi did, so it kind of leaves a stink on the whole thing. You're just
Yeah.
like, okay, Luke. Like, I can't get past the fact that The Last Jedi, he does that stupid, like, aha, I tricked you, I'm not really here. You didn't kill me. Actually, though, that did kill me, using the Force to do that.
But he didn't get the satisfaction. So.
Yeah. Okay.
When you see that Kylo, or Ben now, is going to Exegol, I leaned over, I'm like, good thing Rey has 2 lightsabers now.
Yeah.
That didn't play out how I thought it would.
Mm-hmm. I liked that they introduced the fact Leia had a lightsaber and stuff, though. It's like, okay, it makes me just more interested, though, in what happened before this.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is the Emperor's dead for realsies.
Unless he comes back again. Yeah.
I mean, we didn't see him die. He just got the skin peeled off his face. He's probably fine.
Yeah, Palpatine has Rey in like his little throne room at Exegol, and then he like opens the window. He's like,
yeah.
Your friends have failed." Like this almost same speech as Return of the Jedi. It's like,
yeah, I was definitely like, yeah, there's some repetition happening. Not as much as, well, definitely not as much as the first, and not as much as Last Jedi either.
Mm-hmm.
And at least it was Palpatine saying the things Palpatine says instead of Snoke saying the things Palpatine says.
Yeah, it's like if you're gonna have someone who be Palpatine, I guess it might as well be Palpatine, but it's still like, I don't understand why this is happening, but sure, okay. That is one of the big problems with the Disney trilogy, is like they use the old characters as like a nostalgia pop.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, you're so happy to see them the first time. Then like once you think about it more, you're like, well, the characters didn't do anything really that satisfying.
Yeah.
And like that's what they keep doing. Like,
but Lando talked to a girl at the end.
Yeah.
It's just weird. I was like, okay, what are they getting at there? That everyone's important, so we're gonna look into your past? Or was he hitting on her?
Yeah.
Was he like, you're probably my granddaughter because everyone's fucking related?
Yeah, like you said, like maybe she's supposed to be related, but I don't know what. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know what that's supposed to be. It was kind of like, like parading around Lando. It's like, look, you're happy it's Lando, right? It's like, yeah, okay, but
maybe they were just like pointing out the fact, hey, it's the end of the movie and Lando didn't die.
Yeah. He survived it. Unlike old Parkman.
Yeah. The new Porkins.
New Porkins. I was hoping a bum guy would be the real hero in the.
Did he die? No, he didn't show him die.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think he lived.
Oh, and it was nice that Mary/Charlie was in the movie. And what did he say? Dark science?
Did he?
I think he said dark science, and I'm like, science? Everything is about the Force in this. What?
That's odd.
Yeah.
Science. Yeah, he's kind of superfluous though. Like, why is he there?
He wanted a part, and they're like, okay.
Yeah. Can I be in Star Wars? Sure.
I was in Lord of the Rings. Come on. Come on.
I was in Lost. Yeah, I know you kind of started that, JJ. I know you weren't there for most of it.
Oh, yeah. I didn't make that connection. So anyway, after the Emperor dies, the smoke monster comes out.
Yeah. Be what's next, the Sith smoke monster. Yeah, that's how I brought Palpatine back.
Maybe.
His smoke traveled to Exegol.
That must be it. I mean, I would say that probably Jar Jar was on the Death Star and he caught the Emperor and flew him away.
Yeah.
And, in episodes 10 to 12, will all be about Jar Jar.
Yeah.
He was pulling the strings the whole time.
It all makes sense.
Yeah, I want to hate it because of the plot, because they just were like, oh, it's the Emperor again. You guys like the Emperor, right?
Yeah, I know. It's another one of those nostalgia things.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't hate it, though, but I do. I just hate the fact that they did it. That they couldn't make a good movie without doing that,
yeah.
I guess.
I think I'm also just kind of soured a bit on this because Disney is, like, milking Star Wars so hard these days. Like, I wish they were
Watch
not.
The Mandalorian on Disney Plus.
I just wish they weren't doing it as much as they are.
I don't mind it when they do it well. Like,
but like Rogue One so far is their main success as far as movies go.
Yeah,
I like the series
Rebels. Mandalorian seems to be good.
Yeah, maybe eventually I'll check that out.
You'll have to.
It's just Solo was so bad, and that made me so angry after watching Solo. It's like, besides your name, nothing about you resembles the character I know as Han Solo. Go away with this garbage.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Let me speak Wookiee.
Worst. Despite that movie being really ridiculous, I think I laughed more in this one.
Yeah.
Just because of the Rey granddaughter and the dead speak.
The dead speak.
It's the worst way to start the scroll. The worst.
Yeah. Like... Ben Solo's like face turn in this movie comes after Rey stabs him. Leia goes, Ben, and then she heals him, and he's like, yeah, you know what? I guess I'll be good.
I didn't catch what Rey said to him after she healed him. I don't know if you remember.
Don't remember.
Yeah, it's kind of like, are they speaking English? I can't make out what they're saying for some reason.
Yeah. But like, Rey and Ben have this weird force trade item thing going on.
Yeah.
Like, how's that ever work? Like,
I don't know. It's the Force. You can kind of do whatever you want with it, I guess.
Apparently, unless it kills you, like you need to be careful.
Yeah. I thought it was more getting at they had some sort of unique connection or something.
Yeah, because that's what Palpatine says something about that. He's like, oh, you two and your special connection makes me extra not dead or something.
I thought that connection was because she had healed him. Because she had given some of her life force into him, so they were like
possibly
connected now.
I guess.
But yeah, they seem like they had a connection before too, for sure.
Yeah, that makes Palpatine like less zombie-like, and then he gets his like non-milked over eyes back, and they glow red though.
Yeah, and then he's got a really nice like
red shirt
under his robe.
She's like, give me a red shirt.
It's just like, is this like a kind of a throwback to the prequels? Like, we'll give him the robe, but like give him a nice thing underneath.
Who do you think fucked Palpatine? Was that pre or was that before he got all white?
Well, how old is Rey? Like 20?
Yeah.
So it can't have been that long ago.
Yeah, I know. So it must be after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. I mean, I guess some people like people who are in power.
Yeah. Hey, are you doing anything later? Your friends have failed to protect you from me. They have left you alone.
They probably just mind tricked someone into doing it.
Yeah. I am handsome. My cock is big. It's not all shriveled and burnt.
Emperors have needs too. Sometimes I just gotta, relax a bit and not have to worry about ruling the galaxy.
Palpatine says to Rey, like, you strike me down, and then basically I will haunt you, like, because my second death is the one that really counts, apparently.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, if you kill me, you'll become the new Sith Master or whatever. But then she kills him later, and it's okay then?
But I guess because he wasn't a willing sacrifice at that point.
Oh.
I don't know.
Because he decided I will live my second life. Oh, now I'll kill you.
Yeah, basically. It's okay to kill them when they don't want to be killed.
Yeah. If they're goading you into it, then it's bad. I thought they were going to have, like, Ben kill him to get around that.
Yeah, so did I.
It's like, no, she can just do it later. Now it's okay.
Technically, he killed himself with his own lightning.
Mm-hmm. There's a kind of silly part where they're doing that little Ben Rey talk with the Force thing, and they're seeing each other like kind of in the room where they are, and like Ben Kylo's like, I don't know where you are, Rey. Well, she's standing in his room with the Darth Vader helmet.
Well, even if he couldn't see the room, it showed him seeing her on his side, and she was holding the knife.
Yeah, the Sith dagger which they had reclaimed by this point.
He knows it was in his room or whatever. So
we know he can see things in the room because eventually she knocks over the Vader helmet, and for some reason he sees it then.
I thought she was like blocking it or something. But even if she was, she had the knife.
Yeah.
She had the freaking knife.
Well, she had to block the helmet thing. Like, supposedly he can see some of the room, too. You think he'd recognize the room she's in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's my room where I go and pray to my Vader burnt-up helmet or whatever I do. Masturbate. Grandfather to the past. I am not proud of you.
Episode 12, Kylo Ren's grandson.
At the very end of the movie, Rey goes back to Tatooine to the Skywalker Ranch. And
Apparently isn't burnt anymore.
Yeah, it's okay. But Aunt Beru and Owen were like hooked up to Palpatine machines. Like, drink the blue milk, Rey. And with it, you bring us back.
Would have been epic.
Or it would have been good if, like you said, their charred bodies are still there burning. Wow, that's been going a long time.
Yeah, but yellow lightsaber.
Yellow lightsaber.
I was kind of like,
gold?
I don't know, yellow gold. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed when Leia's lightsaber was also blue. I was like, only blue and red in this series, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I wish Leia had a different color too. We never got an explanation to how anyone found the old Anakin saber after it fell off of a Cloud City.
The Force willed it.
The Force willed it.
It's basically just religion. You can just be like, oh, it's just the Force.
Yeah.
Let's just
Force
use
did
that
it.
to explain it. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I don't hate this movie as much as I've seen some people already complaining about it, but
Yeah, I heard that it was bad from some people. I don't think it was bad.
yeah, I mean, I think it's probably the most satisfying out of this trilogy.
I would definitely say it is.
Yeah, because like The Force Awakens just feels like nothing but we're setting things up and sort of doing a new hope.
Yeah.
And then The Last Jedi is a mess.
Train wreck.
Yeah, and just like, completely derails the character of Luke Skywalker, and it's really unsatisfying.
Yeah.
And
And we need satisfaction just like Palpatine.
Yeah. Till I get my satisfaction. I don't know about Palpatine shooting all his lightning up and hitting all the ships.
That was dramatic. He super force lightning.
Yeah. It didn't affect them too much though, so it's like I guess like if he's just doing it to kind of screw with them, like he's overextending himself.
I guess.
Because it would have been dumb if like he'd done that and then they all like blow up.
Yeah. I give it 3.5 lightsabers out of 5.
It's a silly movie. It is kind of a mess, but yeah, it's still entertaining for the most part.
Yeah.
I guess I would watch it over a prequel.
I would definitely watch it over a prequel or Last Jedi.
Damning faint praise.
I was just gonna say earlier, I would actually rewatch it, unlike Last Jedi.
Yeah, I guess. Though,
want to be bored for 2.5 hours, I could watch Last Jedi again. But
yeah, and this one wasn't as much as a structural mess as The Last Jedi.
No, it followed a single kind of thing mostly.
And I felt it like it told a story with the new characters decently. Yeah. I kind of feel though like this trilogy would have been just better at just being about new characters instead of parading the old people around to be old and grumpy and die.
Yeah, a little bit.
I will say I did think like when Chewie reacts to Leia's death, that was sort of effective.
That was. Yeah, I was actually like, poor Chewie, all his friends are dying.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. I was glad.
He's the only one he has left.
Yeah, and it was sort of nice to see him and Lando and the Falcon. But again, that's just kind of a nostalgia pop thing.
It was. Yeah.
But Lando didn't talk to a bum guy at all. You think they should have had a reunion?
Yeah, maybe things got awkward between them.
Yeah,
that's why Lando left.
Yeah. Well, what's his real name again?
Nien-Nunb.
Yeah. I think he was like, yeah, basically I flew the Falcon a lot. Lando didn't do that much. Screw you. We're not talking anymore. Average.
Which is kind of more than we can ask for from Star Wars right now.
Yeah. The end.